deceitful, I can't trust a single word you say. Believe the animal in me, what you see, I'm the wolf you feed.
Oh man, goddamn. We got an update from the YNW Melly trial from the All Crime Network. Easier to get death sentence. YNW Melly may be put to death if convicted of double murders. Let's get into it.
So first of all, his own history of changed statements becomes admissible evidence. And that doesn't mean he did anything wrong, but in the court of law, people's change of stories, denying I was there, but now it's, oh, I was there, but someone else shot, is in the law fair game for the prosecutor, and it makes the case harder.
And they have said that there were inconsistent statements made by Melly and his co-conspirator. Jules, let's touch on the change in the death penalty law in Florida that Governor DeSantis signed earlier this year. It doesn't have to be unanimous anymore if they get to that penalty phase where the jury will consider punishment. It doesn't have to be a 12-0 decision anymore. It can be 8-4. So say he is convicted. He's a 24-year-old guy, was a much younger guy when this happened. He could more easily get the death penalty. So your thoughts on that?
So I'm going to take it back a step, if I may. First of all, just making this a death penalty case makes it more easy for him to be found guilty, because people who are on a death penalty jury tend to be more conservative, because you have to at least somewhat believe in the death penalty. When they get to that second trial, because it's really two trials, trial one, did you do it? Trial two, what's your punishment? The jury does have to be unanimous about one thing: whether the government has proved what is called an aggravating circumstance. So it's not just, hey, you're guilty, but they've actually listed 4 possible aggravating circumstances. As long as the jury agrees as to one unanimously, then they do this vote. And you are right, it used to be unanimous. And that was really important, because the death penalty should only be given when the real community really agrees this is right. Florida's now said, we don't care if a third of you don't agree. If 2/3 of you do, that gives the judge permission. And given that you're starting with a group of people who are in favor of the death penalty, raising the number of dissents that can still be ignored makes it easier to get a death sentence. So first,
Man, this boy YNW Melly, if he get off of this, somehow, he gonna be like the biggest thing in hip hop for like a good 6 months. I don't know how long. Probably like Pop Smoke on some level. Maybe not as prominent, but it'd be crazy if he got off. And if you don't, look like they putting him to death. They trying hard. I want to see how this go down, man. What y'all think in the comments?
So deceitful, I can't